just, man, it's just a giant fulfillment in my life. When I got my first guitar with one string on it, I played that string for 6 months, and I said, geez, you know, you could play Smoke on the Water on that string. And then I said, you know what, if I bought 5 more strings, I bet you I could actually play a full chord. So 6 months later, I bought 5 strings and put it on the guitar, and just eventually kind of weaned into something that it was just, I love. B.B. King, Muddy Waters, you know, the traditional guys, Eric Clapton, of course, they were more contemporary, but Chuck Berry, you know, Johnny B. Good. I was singing that song or going around in my living room when I was a kid for years, and then I said, someday I want to learn how to play that song, man, and I just learned how to do it, and so, you know, just the old school guys. Basically, we do house concerts, private parties, benefits. We've raised a tremendous amount of money for victims in car accidents and people with cancer, causes that are important in our community. I met a lot of people. I opened up for John Conley. These are old guys that are I don't know if they're even touring anymore. And it's just, I had a lot of opportunities going down there and meeting a lot of folks, and I'm co-writing a song right now with AJ Masters, who also writes for Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. So that's kind of exciting right now. And he's an older guy, well, it's an older guy, but he's kind of he's a mentor to me. So I have a contact there, and we're good friends, and it's kind of exciting co-writing with him, even at this point in my life. My faith within my family has inspired me to be who I am today as a musician, I guess. Has carved out many of my paths of the music I play, because the way I see it is, when I was young, they told me when I was 18, well, if you go down there, you're going to get into alcohol and drugs, and there's going to be bad roads, and you're going to go this way, and if you know, it's going to be a dark road. And so playing in clubs from 17 on through my 20s, there was no drugs, there was none of that stuff that they said I would get into, and the music would lead me down a bad road. And I have a lot of friends that are in their, you know, in their 40s and 50s now, that had played that music, that just went down really bad roads locally, and folks that have kind of made it. So my faith in, you know, just keeping, you know, simplistic and has kind of kept me focused on what I do. Just keeping it basic and keeping it old school and simple, and sometimes I get ridiculed for that, but I just keep on beating my own drum. What we tried to do on Granddaddy's farm was use a slide. And what I like to use especially on Granddaddy's farm, is a mason jar. So I get a lot of kind of an old-time feel for an old-time song like that. So when we recorded it, that's what I like to use on the old bottleneck type of slide on that. I followed through with what I do, and I may not set the world on fire, but I'm enjoying what I do from inside.
I've always been a music lover since I can remember. I think I was 4 years old and I asked for my first stereo because I had such a love for music. And I was a heck of an air guitarist for many years. I have a progressive eye disease, retinitis pigmentosa. It's a lack of protein in the retina. So I knew at a young age I was gonna lose my sight. So I wanted to be either a race car driver or a musician, so I figured the race car thing was out. So I stuck with the music. Whether you make a dollar at it or not, that's not why a musician plays. A musician plays because they love to play.
Very laid back and then just very, I don't know, just reserved, you know? So it really helped me to be forced to public speak, being a frontman, lead singer in different projects throughout my life.
You have to have a passion for it. I had to spend many hours in my bedroom practicing on technique for years and years, as well as going to rehearsals, gigs, recordings. It's just a never-ending process, and you have to have the passion for it. If you don't, you're not going to put the work into it. You need to be able to interact with other musicians.
Painted wings, dreams of soul. My gold dust traveling gypsy soul. Well, this modern day world is one way too tight. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, free your mind. Rich or poor, young or old, we're all just traveling gypsy souls.
It's an interaction between all the musicians, and it's a very euphoric experience without a doubt. Especially when everybody's really listening to each other and really complimenting each other, not overplaying each other, listening to where you can fill in and where you have to just lay back and be the bottom and just hold it down.
Okay. I'm the girl with the south side. I see a lot of bands that were dropped in the 80s and 90s that were big, and so they went out on their own with technology and the internet and the websites, and kind of regained their status again, and thank God for that. Everybody that sings today in the country, Western music down there, 90% of them have writers. So they're not experiencing this, and there's somebody writing it on a napkin that doesn't even play an instrument. It's fierce. The corporate world meets music. You're definitely a puppet.